Hey there paper geeks and glitter nerds, it's another crazy geek crafter. Here with the last video of the year, and I've been making decorations for New Year's. And one of the fascinations of the year is fans. And first off, let's start with some math. Since I wanted to make at least one of the fans very big, I have this wrapping paper in a metallic colors. I have both a silver and a copper one, but you're going to see the copper one. But I have to figure out how much paper would I need to make one fan. And since I know the width of the paper, that would be the diameter of the circle, and since I'm making it in one piece of paper, the length of my paper will be half of the circumference of the circle. Now my circumference on this diagram is named O, and that's because in Danish the word for it is starts with an O. So don't get confused by the O if it does confuse you. Now to find the circumference, I need to take the width of my paper, which is the D, and then I have to multiply it by pi. And since I don't need an exact number, I'm just going to use 3.1, but you could use more digits if you wanted, but we don't need that since this is just to have enough paper. But my paper is 70 centimeters wide, so I timed that with 3.1, and that's 217. I have to divide this number by 2. Like I said, I need half of it. That's 108.5. And I need more than that. Because if you make the exact circumference of the circle, you won't be able to join the ends of your fan. So I need at least 110 centimeters of paper to make this fan work. Preferably more, like 120 or more. The more you have, the less tension there will be on your fan. And the blades will be more loose, if that makes sense. Let's just take another one, for example. An A4 piece of paper is, on the widest side, 30 centimeters. So 30 times 3.1 is 93, and half of that is 46.5. So when I want to make a fan from an A4 piece of paper, I need at least 50 centimeters of paper, and that would be at least 3 pieces of paper glued together. I hope this makes just a little bit of sense, or I hope you can do your own calculations for your pieces of paper or the size of fan you want. But I did try. I'm not a mathematics teacher, but I really wanted to try and make this as simple as possible. But now let's make a giant fan. And here it is. I've already measured the 110 plus centimeters and then made it roll back up, and now I'm just folding over and keeping it straight. That's important, to keep your folds straight. It's hard to get them the same size when you hand fold them like this, but I'm going to try with my scoreboard later to see if that will help. But of course I can't put this piece of paper in my scoreboard, and also with the scoreboard you have to be careful not to make holes in your paper. I did make that mistake. I pressed a little bit too hard. Paper is not that durable, but it's fun to work with because it folds very easily. And I keep a few clothes pegs nearby for holding things when I need an extra set of hands, and it was really convenient in this case. Getting something this big equal is kind of hard. When I go to put it together, it's not completely equally in the middle as it was supposed to be, but it looks great. And it can be a plus if your pieces are like this, because I would like to be able to fold mine back up and put it in a box for next year. So if I can use one of those called paper clips. Oh, here you can see it's not really even, so it gets a few extra paper clips, and then it looks great on the outside at least. But when you have the first fold to be this way, and the last one of course, then you can use paper clips to hold your fan together, and you can fold it back up and use it next year. So that's a win, I'd say. I love when I can save my creations and use them again and again. I'm just going to cover the middle with this star I found in my stash. It just got a glue dot in the middle, and then off it goes. I did attach a string to it so I could hang it, as you see in the picture. It's going to be the photo backdrop for this year's New Year's party, if you can call 5 people a party. But with the virus and all, we're just going to keep it small, but that does not mean you have to not decorate. Just go all out, have a blast, like I am. Now, I'm gluing the pieces together since I think it's easier to just make one long piece and then fold it. You can make it in 3 pieces and then glue it together afterwards. I just thought this was easier. And that does mean that my tape will be straight. I have this holographic tape, but I never use it since, I don't know, I think it's too busy, but for this it was just perfect. So a strip of that on each side, and then there'll be a ring on the fan when I'm done. If you have this tiny little piece hanging over, cut it off. I learned that when I tried to tie the string, it was just annoying. So just cut it off. Now I got one end the way I like it from the other fan, but the other end was the opposite way. So that's going to need a fix, and that fix will be a glue dot, because I hopefully can still unwind the fan afterwards. But that was a bit of a bummer, and I think on the next one I'll be doing it on both ends. That was really stupid, but I'm tired, and I just really wanted to do these this year. I didn't find the time last year. I think it's always a bit of a haste New Year's party, and that's another reason why I like to save my decorations so I can use them again. Then I have more to decorate with and less work. Well, at least that's what I tell myself every single year. And now it's ready, almost ready to hang. Just need something in the middle, a punch, a piece of leftover wrapping paper, and there we go. So if you don't get to make a fan for your party this year, then remember, if you see shiny wrapping paper or holographic tape, now you know what you need it for, and buy it, and then you'll have it for New Year's and you can make these decorations yourself. Yay! Except for the balloons on that picture, I made all the decorations myself. The background is made from silver strings for gift wrapping. So again, if you see that, put it in the basket and save it for New Year's, because I've had these for like 8 years and I use them every year because they just give so much shine to the party. I'm babbling. Let's close this off for this year. I hope you'll be having a good day, evening or night until I see you again in 2022.